Seedball family.
Hi.
Welcome to Seedball HQ. I'm Anna.
I'm Emily.
And we're the Seedball founders. And we're going to be talking to you today a little bit about National Insect Week and how to make a bee saver kit.
National Insect Week is starting on Monday, the 18th of June, for 1 week. It's run by the Royal Entomological Society, and it's basically trying to raise awareness, get people doing things in their garden for insects, of which there are over 24,000 recorded species in the UK.
In the UK?
In the UK alone, 24,000 species, and that doesn't include spiders. Spiders are not an insect. I didn't realise this. I should do. I'm a biologist. Yes, so we've got a blog and that gives a lot more information about it. There's over 900 events across the country that you can get involved in.
How do they get involved?
And there's a link on the site and you can follow all the information is on our blog. There's a link to everything you need to know. There's ID guides, there's information, and there's really cute little videos on explaining things like why without insects the world would be full of poo.
Why without insects would the world be full of poo?
Because a lot of insects eat dead matter on the ground and poo. So they're really important in terms of breaking down waste. So even though people think they're pests, it's actually a really small, tiny segment of insects that could actually be considered pests. And most of them are super useful. Also there's a photography competition. And that's running from now until the end of September, so you can enter your photos into the competition. Again, all the information is on our blog, and yeah, it looks amazing. Lots of cool stuff going on.
Fantastic. So exciting. And also that kind of ties in a little bit with, we're on 30 Days Wild, the Wildlife Trust 30 Days Wild month, which we'll talk about a little bit in the next vlog. And this weekend for 30 Days Wild, it's actually the Big Wild Weekend. So you could be doing something in the Big Wild Weekend that's to do with helping insects. And what insect do we love more than bees at Seedball HQ? So one of the things that we were asked this week was by our friend Alice in Aberdeen, where we did our PhDs. So thank you, Alice, which was how exactly do we make a bee saver kit? If you've been following us on social media, you'll know that I have been on and on about how we can help bees just using a simple sugar solution. And that, not honey and water, which we've talked about before. A few people have actually informed us that honey and water can pass on diseases. So sugar and water solution. And that sometimes, if you're not in your house and you see a bee, you want to have a little bit of a kit with you. So I have a little handy cute kit, which anybody can make, that involves a tiny little jam jar. And this tiny little jam jar is from when I've stayed in a bed and breakfast. So you guys can pick those up from after your meal. Take them back with you. Ta-da! And
This is like Blue Peter.
I know, right?
Sorry.
A little syringe. Now this, if you are a mum, like myself, and Em, you will have lots and lots of these. These are for administering Calpol, and we have loads of them hanging around. So,
Or other paracetamol-related branded items.
Other paracetamol-related branded items are available. Okay, so all you need to do is take your water, fill up your little jam jar to the top, and take some sugar. This is Seedball Sugar Supplies. Sorry, Mika, for stealing your sugar. And literally in that, we're going to do about 70-30% is the solution. So 70% water to 30% sugar. And then just mix that up, or you can just leave it until it dissolves basically. And then you've got that little sugary solution to take out with you.
Cute.
And then if
when do you use it?
Very good question. So if you see a tired bee, loads of people have asked me how you can tell if a bee is tired. So if you see a bee and it's just on the floor, it's not moving, it's still alive, often that bee is nowhere near any flowers where it can get nectar for that little bit of energy to just get back to the hive. So what you need to do is syringe up a little bit of your solution, pop a blob near the bee where it can feed, and then it'll get that extra energy to zap off and fly back to its home. Now, another quick thing about that is some bees may not fly off after that, and that could be that they're a little bit cold as well. So if you can move them into a warm spot,
Like in a direct sunlight?
but if not, grab your bee saver kit when you're out and about and help the bees. So thanks Alice from Aberdeen for sending in that question. And if you guys have any questions that you want to ask us, whether it's about Seedball, wildflowers, gardening, conservation and business, just get in touch via Instagram, Facebook or Twitter, or pop us an email, hello@seedball.co.uk. Anyway, have a fab week.
Yay.
See you next week.
Bye. Thank you.